Okay, Shalom Akim, Kahal Alimna, Yahabashim, Yashab Bashim Kudash, and double honest to great Muslim apostles. Thadi Yah, Thadi Yashai, for giving me the strength and all to make this video as well. And the topic today is we desire immortality in righteousness. Because the reason why I added that part in righteousness, because Esau also desires immortality, and he, in his pride, is going to try and achieve that with his technology as well. So of course that's the reason why I added in righteousness, man. Because as the scriptures say, righteousness is immortal, which we're gonna get that in Wisdom of Solomon. Because the fact that only through Yahweh Shimi Shai can we truly be in a peaceful state and be immortal as well. But of course, that then comes in with the renewing of your mind. You know, you gotta drop the programming of the world and then adopt the programming of the scriptures, man. Which we're gonna get. In fact, let me just start right now, to be honest. Let me get the first one. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1. Yeah, so because right now, us being in the flesh, we do have hindrances, you know, we're forgetful, we get sicknesses, you know, runny nose and just little things that can be a nuisance sometimes. You know, little hindrances, and of course, literally, you know, this flesh is weak. That ultimately, that's what it is. This flesh is weak. You know, we have to rest at times. So yeah. Yeah, so lucky. Let me turn on the light. Okay, calm. So yeah, man. Let me read. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1. Because we know, really, that's really going to be the state where we're actually going to be peaceful. No, we're not going to have to fear death anymore. We would have conquered death, you know, just as Yahushua did. And being in those immortal bodies as well, we'll be in our perfection too. We'll be in our perfected minds, which I'm going to get some precepts as well. And we wouldn't sin anymore. Sin will no longer be our weakness. Sin will no longer be our weakness. So, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 verse 15. For righteousness is immortal. So really, the right way in order to get that immortality is through Yahweh Shai, man. And of course, through Yahweh Shai, that's the righteous path in order to get to those immortal bodies, man. And of course, you know, getting into the other things as well, like, you know, being judges, kings, and, you know, that state of authority. So, for righteousness is immortal. Really, it's the only path to get that immortality. Esau ain't going to grant you immortality in this kingdom, man. No matter how far his flipping deception goes, deceptive technology goes, he's not going to achieve immortality. That's the thing. You know, the scriptures say when his belly is about to be full, that's when he's going to be casted down. So let me try to find it, but of course, you know, if it's wasting too much time, then I'm going to get the next precept that I had on deck. If his belly is about to be full, belly full. Yeah. But yeah, righteousness is the only way in order to get immortality. When his belly is about to be full. Yeah, cool. Okay, yep, Job 20 verse 23. Let me search that up right now. When Esau's belly is about to be full, that's when he thinks he's about to achieve everything he would have achieved. You know, the transgender goal that he has, the transhumanism goal that he got, and what else? Really, the degeneration of society. That's what it is, and the complete utter control of which he desires, man. Just when he's about to achieve that with his beast system, that's when the Most High is gonna smash everything, man. You know, with Yahushua as well when he comes. So Job 20 verse 23. So Job 20 verse 23. Wait. Yeah, Job 20 verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So of course, when a person is eating, that's when they're comfortable, and that's really the best time to strike them. When they're in that comfortable state, which means they're not aware, they're not alert. Just like the way I remember when watching this motivational Jake speaker, his name is Eric Thomas, when he said the way you kill a crocodile is basically when it's eating, man. Because when it's eating, or when it's finished eating, it's satisfied. So of course, that's when it's probably going to feel sleepy, it's going to be slow. It's not going to be as alert as it was without food. So that's the same concept that you can also link to this scripture here with Esau. When his belly is about to be full, that's when the Most High is then going to, strike him down. So Job 20 verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So of course, again, just link it to that crocodile analogy, man. When Esau's in that state where, he's comfortable, he's slow, he's not as alert to things, even if he was alert anyways, which, he does know about the chariots out there, and of course of the prophecies that the Archim, the apostles are putting out there anyways, but of course he can't really do much about it, but, do what the Most High wills. Do the Most High's will, basically, which is, build a beast system and then go down after that as well. So that's Job 20 and 23. And yeah, I was reading previously Wisdom of Solomon 1 verse 15 about the fact that righteousness is immortal. And as I said before, Esau cannot provide immortality because his system is going to die out, man. And of course, if a system's going to die out and people rely on Esau to be so-called immortal, when you see these movies saying transfer the consciousness to there was this movie called what is it, like Transcendence, I think that's the name. Transcendent. There was a movie called Transcendent where a guy transferred his consciousness into a computer, man. And that's Esau's idea of immortality. But the thing is, when the time comes, when the Yahushua comes, that's all going to be burnt away. So really, that ain't no immortality, man. That's just that's deception, really, in the simplest form. That is deception. So let me try to get. Let me see if that's even the name of the movie, man. Transcendent. Wait, hold on. Transcendent movie. If I can get the darn image. Oh yeah, I've seen it now. So, see if I can zoom in. Okay, that's good. So yeah, that's the movie right there. By Johnny Depp. That's the movie, Transcendent. Hopefully it flips properly in the camera. But yeah, that movie, he pretty much transferred his consciousness from, his dead body. Well, really, before I think he was about to die, it's been some time I've watched it, to some computer system. That's Esau's idea of immortality. But the thing is, those computer systems, when a blackout hits, it's a done deal, man. There ain't no flipping immortality because you're linked to some weak infrastructure of a grid. Which again, the scriptures give you the answer anyways to immortality. Wisdom of Solomon 1 verse 15. The right for righteousness is immortal. That's simply as it is, as it said. So let me get another one as well. Because Esau ain't going to be doing nothing, man. He can deceive whomever he will, but it's not going to work for those of which Yahweh Shem Yahshua is elect, which Yahweh Shem Yahshua would be worthy to be part of that group, and for those who gain the salvation to come as well. So let me get this precept right now. Colossians 3 verse 2. And of course, for any new brothers and sisters that may be wondering why would a person want to be immortal, the thing is with immortality, it's not just being able to live forever as well, but it's the fact that you'll never be bored in the kingdom of Yahushua, man. There's always gonna be new activities to go through, new events of which Yahushua is gonna set up for us to then go to. There's gonna be a lot of entertainment, man, especially during just 1,000 years. I remember when brothers were also saying, a certain brother that I think some long time video for around 2020 or something mentioned about the fact that the kingdom, there's gonna be different type of beasts as well, man. The way Esau had the Colosseum. Imagine the kingdom, we got that intergalactic Colosseum. For those who know Dragon Ball Z, which is some anime, I remember there was what was that season? I don't know what season it was, but there was a season where it was called the Tournament of Elements. Actually, not the Tournament of Elements. The Tournament of Powers. I think it was called the Tournament of Powers, where each universe had to then compete with each other, man. But that's not really the point there. But the point is the fact that we can make Esau compete just for our own entertainment, man. Because in that Dragon Ball Z anime, the universes were competing in front of the gods. That was the cool part as well, in front of the gods. The thing is, I can't really put it in post-production because I'm not, I don't really have the equipment to edit right now. But the thing is, I might make like a separate video just to link up for that as well. But if it's not copyright, if there's no problem with copyright, of course. But there were basically the warriors of each universe. There were about like 7 universes, I think, and then they had to compete in order to make sure that their universe survives, man. So in that competition, they were pretty much entertaining the gods as well, because the gods were there in order to pretty much entertain the gods and the angels. Brothers who may have watched the Tournament of Powers from Dragon Ball Z would have known, would understand what I'm saying. But the point is, they were the warriors of each universe were competing, and really for the entertainment of the gods and the angels. Because in Dragon Ball Z, in that Tournament of Power, there were gods and there were angels, man. And the angels were in support of those gods as well. And I think those gods were specifically called gods of destruction, man. And then at the same time, if you read it through the spirit, we are going to be executing that judgment as well, to Esau Edom specifically, destroying him, bringing him back up and then destroying him again, pretty much playing around with him in the kingdom. And of course, commanding him to do our will, really. So they're not gonna just know us as powers who just destroy, man. But really, we're gonna be creating, we're gonna be destroying, and we're gonna be leading things out here, man. But that's just a little story of through the spirit, if you can receive it, that in the time to come, we're gonna make Esau compete for us, man, as entertainment. Imagine that. Brothers are gonna have creative ideas in the time to come, man. We're not just gonna be, every time, hitting Esau. Obviously, that's gonna be fun as well. But the thing is, brothers are gonna be creative with how we afflict Esau as well, man. Brothers are gonna be real creative, man. We might even make some flipping game of which be like, look, if you don't flipping win the game, then this is what we're gonna do to your ribs and your organs and whatnot. And you're gonna have to suffer that for that, 3 more days. Then yeah, man. And obviously we'll still have the knowledge of, to keep the Sabbath and the certain ordinances that we need to keep as well. But we're still gonna have fun when flipping afflicting Esau, man. And that's when we're gonna see the true joy of immortality. Because we ain't gonna have to worry a day. No day at all about death. We won't be laughing at death. That's the point. We won't be laughing at death. But let me get this. Colossians 3 verse 2. Set your affection on things above, not on things on earth. And the things above, that's reference to also the new bodies that we're going to get as well, that are prepared for us. Yahweh Tazar, we're worthy to be part of the elect of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai. So of course, setting our affections, our desires upon things above, and really these things above, thieves cannot break in and also get to. Thieves cannot break in and then steal them, man, because obviously they're kept for, the elect of Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushai, those new bodies. First, speaking of new bodies. Let me try get just mute this for a bit before people start disturbing me. Man. Anyways, so what was I gonna say? But yeah, it says set your affection upon things that are above, not on things that are on earth, man. So let's see. It talks about, I'll read this. This is Colossians 3 verse 10 as well. And have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. So of course, after then, when we then achieve those new bodies, Yaharatazah, then of course we're going to be immortal. That's one thing, but also we're going to be a good reflection of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So, speaking of reflection, there's another precept pertaining to that too. Let's get 2 verse 23. So this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 23. Wait, hold on. Just wait. Okay, cool. Okay. So this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 23. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 23. It says, for the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. So of course, that ain't talking about no other regular man. That's talking about the Israelite man. That's what they're supposed to really be, reflections of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, man. In reflection of the Most High, and of course, a representative of Yahweh Shai upon earth. But really, the service of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is supposed to be a reflection of Yahweh Shai. But typically, Israel should be a reflection of the Most High as well. That's the thing. As it says, Wisdom of Solomon 2 verse 23 once more. For the Most High created man, the Israelite man, to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. So of course, in the time to come where we're going to get those immortal bodies, this is really going to be fulfilled as well, man. To be a true reflection of the Most High, of which when we then go upon it, like when we then visit nations, brothers or sisters may have have had dreams of traveling, from their palace to one of the nations, man. And all the and that certain nations, they were humbled, man. They were humbled, like the amount of respect. Obviously, right now we may not be able to understand it, but the amount of respect from that dream, honestly, one could dream for the time being. But Yaratazar soon come. It's going to be a reality where the heathen nations are going to be humbled, and they will respect us. So in that time to come, they're going to be like, the powers are here, man. Just imagine, just by your presence, but just by the sight of the chariot alone, they're going to know, okay, cool. And that was the dream as well. Not my dream, but I think a sister or a brother had this, where they travel from their palace. This is in the kingdom, by the way. They travel from their palace to another heathen nation. But the thing is, the looks upon the heathens was as though this was before they talked. I don't even think they even talked in the dream, like as powers, by the way, as gods. They didn't talk in the dream. But the thing is, the heathens though, they were thinking, are they here for judgment or are they here for blessings? Which is what we're going to be doing in the kingdom, man. We're going to be visiting heathen nations to either bless them or to flipping execute judgment upon them, man. We're going to be as either gods of destruction and gods of blessings as well. Powers of blessings, man. All under Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So, everyone in their order. So yeah, man, the Israelite man is supposed to be a reflection of that eternity, man. And we have a lot of things to look forward for in the kingdom to come. This is just a temporary time, heathens, how to just deal with them. Them, they may have authority over you. Well, they do. There's no doubt about it. So, okay, I'm just saying, it depends on your situation, man. Where you're just subject under either Esau, Edom, Ishmael, Moab, Ammon, Elam, whatever, whoever. The point is, we just got to endure it for the time being, because remember, eternity means forever. Eternity is for eons and eons and eons, which is an eon is basically a very, 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 very long period of time. And speaking of time as well, imagine being able to say, like, I've lived for 1 billion years. Man, we have a lot of things to look forward for, man. Imagine, I think Thanos as well, he said he was like 1 billion years old or something. Something along those lines, or 1 million, I'm not even sure. But his death was surpassed, like, it surpassed 100,000. I think it even surpassed. It surpassed 900,000, that's what I know, man. So it's probably in the millions or billions. That's the age of Thanos. So imagine in the time, age is just going to be one of those things like, okay, cool, how old am I again? Of course, okay, well, I'm going to forget the age, but it's going to be one of those things where it's like, yeah, age is just a joke right now. I could be 1 trillion years old without even knowing. anyways, but yeah, age is just going to be something we're going to be laughing at. So the next precept, let me get Psalms 82 verse 6, man. Ye are gods, but ye shall die as men. So, let's see. I'm going to have to wrap up because of storage again. But yeah, Psalms 82 verse 6. We have a lot to look forward, man. Imagine, like, in Jacob's trouble as well, we've still got spiritual power, we've got angels to look forward for. For certain outcome, they may see angels, and we're gonna be cool with it, man. We're gonna be like shalom. But yeah. But it's gonna be good, man. Yaratazar. That's why it says our hope in the scriptures. Our hope is full of immortality, man. Because like it's never ending. Yaratazar, would be worthy to be part of that. Let's keep going by the Spirit, man. Harakah Kodash. So yeah, Psalms 82 verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Verse 7, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes, man. And of course, the princes of men are also reference to pretty much these other heathen nations, man. So of course, dying like one of the princes, like Esau, Edom, all these other heathens as well that are regarded as spittle, it's just what we have to suffer for the time being, man. But on natural state, obviously, if you are one of those first fruits, again, Yaharatazal, we do be one of the first fruits as well. That was with Yahushua when the whole of creation was going about, But yeah, Yaharatazal being part of the first fruits, we know that our first nature was really to be a power, man. It was really to be a power, to be a god, to never die, never suffer sicknesses. And all of these little nuances as well that we suffer through day by day. Death right now, it may affect us, but of course, Yarat Bashim Yasharatazar, we're going to be laughing at that in the kingdom, man. Conquer death. But yeah, it says, ye are gods. Then in verse 7, it says, but ye shall die like men. So, of course, it's only for a temporary time, man, that we're going to have to suffer through this mortality. Now, let me get 1 Corinthians. First Corinthians 15 verse 52. So it says, 1 Corinthians 15 verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So, of course, let me read verse 53. So 1 Corinthians 15 verse 53, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Verse 54, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Yeah, we're going to be laughing at death, man. We're going to be laughing at death. And, for those who may have watched Avatar The Last Airbender, that's a different Avatar, not the latest one, The Way of Water. That's another avatar, with element of fire, water, earth. And, fire was one nation, water was another nation, earth was another nation, and air was another nation as well. But in Avatar, The Last Airbender, the Avatar was pretty much laughing at gravity, man. The same way we're gonna be laughing at flipping death as well. And that's hardcore as well, man. Imagine being able to laugh at death. Be like, yeah, you can't touch me now. But yeah, that's really the point right there, man. So really, it's our hope in immortality as well that helps us keep going as well. It's part of the incentive as well, man. As well as the fact that Yara Tazal we be part of the elect as well, man, which is what we're striving for too, day by day. So, as the topic for today was what was it again? We desire immortality in righteousness. Obviously, with all the points I mentioned before, it all leads up to the reason why we do desire it, man. Because we're tired of these mortal bodies. First of all, we want to be able to reflect Yahweh Shem Yahushua properly in perfection, and of course to be worthy of also ruling in Yahushua's kingdom, man. To actually judge nations too. The powers that be, the powers that are here, man. Right? There's going to be a lot of titles for for the general elect of Israel, man. In that time. Nations are going to be calling us Yaratazar, of course. We'd be worthy once more. They're going to be calling us the ancients, the powers, the gods, all these different titles, man. There's going to be a lot of titles, but yeah, as I said, the ancients, the powers, the gods, the former ones, that's a cold one. Before time, the ones before time, man, it's gonna be cold. Literally, I remember when Elder Manata Zakba, the elder South Carolina. I remember when he was saying, Israelites are gonna be celebrities right there, man. Even more so the elect members, man. Imagine that. Anyways, we got a lot to look forward, man. We just have to keep enjoying. That's really the main message, man. That immortality is coming. Spiritual power is coming. And we will have that victory over death, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Ratazah. That will be part of the elect. But anyways, Shalom Akim. Ka halalim na Yahweh Shem Yahushua Bashim Rakha Kodash. And double honors to great Muslim apostles. And we're going to keep going, man. I'm going to keep going until the flipping end. But yeah, Shalom.